Hey folks, today we have the E-flite V900. Check it out. It's pretty sleek. It's pretty fast, as you'll see here pretty soon. I like the graphics. I like the coloring on it. Nice bright orange, easy to see. Black on the bottom, easy to distinguish. Pretty cool. Aluminum spinner. I have heard, I don't know all the details on this, so don't quote me. I've heard that this is the one that you want to get. This is the latest edition as of the release of this video. I think it's been out for a while, but it has the aluminum spinner. So I think they had a model that had the plastic spinner. From what I've gathered, you want the aluminum one. And this is the one to have, and here it is. Today we'll be flying it on a 4S 2200 30C. They say that you can run this plane on a 3S and a 4S. And I've just found as a general rule, when E-flite and other manufacturers say that you can run it on a 3S or 4S, go with the 4S. If they say you can run on a 4S or a 6S, like the V1200, I saw a guy try to fly it on the 4S. It didn't go very well. So always go with the bigger battery. Don't let anybody discourage you from doing that. There's a stick right here. If you don't want too much power, you just leave this stick down. Don't run it full throttle if you don't want full power. Anyway, here's the NX8. And we'll be running it on the NX8. There's the bind and fly profile is already in it. It's set up for 5 minutes, which I found to be pretty accurate. And we'll show you inside the airplane. Here we have the inside. It has a battery strap. I added the Velcro to the bottom. I just don't like it when batteries can slide around, especially in faster type planes. I first put the Velcro on the bottom because I was going to set it in there like that. But I found out it works better if you put the Velcro on the side of the battery and then just drop it in there. Now, I did have to do something to this canopy. You'll see a bit of a V. I cut a V out. Even with this is not even the 50C, which the 50C pack is going to be bigger than the 30C. But this is the recommended pack. And I couldn't really find a good way to get it in there, either like this or like that. And that was just me. Maybe you can figure out another way. But I cut this out, and you can kind of see there what I cut out. Not the best job, but it does the job, so it works. All right, and I did cut this off a little bit, this Velcro strap, just to keep it from being so long. So I have to get it started. I might have cut it a little too short. I don't know if I'd recommend you cut that part off just yet, but hey, that's part of the reason why I do these videos, so you can learn what not to do and learn what's fun, and encourage you to get one. If you like fast things, this plane is for you. It is a thrill seeker's enjoyment. So I put the battery about midways in the strap back a little bit. You'll see the space I have, about a ½ inch in between the receiver and the battery. This is the AR631. So anyway, take note of there. I say this often, but it's so true. If you use the recommended battery pack and you put it in the recommended area, center it up, you usually don't have any problems. I have not even checked the CG on this. I've been flying it quite a bit. It's a lot of fun. Usually not have any problems. So I would say it's a good idea to check the CG, but if you use the recommended battery in the recommended area, it usually goes pretty well. I'm going to power it up. This has safe, so you want to hold it really still. I'm going to tilt it back just a little bit so it's going to be level when it's actually in flight. And your safe is setting up. I do have the throttle cut on. Please make sure you take the time to set up your throttle cut, especially on a plane like this. I would hate to know what it could do to your hand if you accidentally kicked it on. So I've been flying for over 15 years. I don't know exactly how long. I use throttle cut. And the only time I've been cut on a propeller is if I'm handling a propeller. I've had like little plastic, the GWS for the 3D planes, and pick up the plane or be messing around with the props and get sliced because they're just sharp. But I've never been chopped, thank the Lord. Anyway, here's the plane. You'll notice if you look here on the control horns and the linkages, I moved them closest to the joint. I probably wouldn't recommend that. I do things that I don't always recommend to other people, and here's why. Look at the throw on this. That is just insane, and you'll see here pretty soon. Look at the elevator. I mean, it's maxing it out. Rudder, maxing it out. And when this plane is going as fast as it does, we clocked it earlier at 132 with the GPS module, and that was flat level flying. But when you're going over 100 miles an hour and you have that much throw, that's kind of asking for trouble, even with a fairly experienced pilot. I don't know how experienced I'd call myself. But anyway, without further ado, let's get in the air. We have safe on the switch. We have throttle cut. I always like to hook up my lanyard. Sometimes I depend on this, and sometimes I don't, but it's always good to have it there. Some of the graphics are starting to come undone on this one. Maybe the speed. But anyway, all right. For hand launch planes, I like to use safe. Throttle cut off. I'm going to do about half throttle. I'm going to hold a little bit of right aileron, and hopefully it takes off pretty well. So that's probably a little hard to see because it's getting out there. But the takeoffs are slightly sketchy, and that's just due to the nature of all the torque and being such a fast airplane. So let's walk out this way. That way we're not fighting the sun. It's still in safe. And this is all in safe. I just kind of wanted to show you with the stock rates and percentages how much maneuverability. That's as far up as it'll go. That's as far down. We'll go to the right. I'll circle back around in front of us. Pretty fast, and we're just kind of going real slow. That's full bank. So you can fly it fairly easy in safe. You really don't need to take it out of safe unless you're going to do, you know, some rolls or something, which we'll do here pretty soon. So, okay. Let's crank into it a little bit. It's probably going to disappear on camera. We're going to do a speed run. Listen to this thing when it passes by. It's probably disappeared already, but I can still see it very well. Do a flyover. I think my wife is having trouble tracking it, but that's just kind of normal with a plane like this, so you'll have to bear with us. If you have trouble with eyesight, probably wouldn't recommend this plane. That's just part of it. There's a lot of other airplanes that would do you really well. You would enjoy a lot more than this one. I would consider it to be dangerous if you have eye trouble. Full throttle. I mean, that thing rips. We're going to do another speed pass just so you can hear it. And like I said, put the GPS on it. Not in a dive, just straight horizontal flying. 132 miles an hour. All right, we'll slow it down. We'll fly it a little slower. Let's do some circles. You don't want to get this thing too slow. It's like the V1200. It's got some funny characteristics. It'll fly good until it doesn't. And this one's a lot lighter weight than the V1200. The V1200, a lot of people get them slow because of the flaps. They'll be coming in for landing, and it does slow down really well on the V1200. And they'll end up stalling them. And if you're too low, you can't recover. It's just a heavy plane. It's built for speed. It's not really built for stall landings or anything. But man, is it ever fun. I mean, the sound, if the speed's not enough for you, then the sound should be. I'll go up here and turn around. Probably can't see it good ways, but I want to make sure I'm leveled up. And here we come. I mean, the thing is fun. And it's fast. I think I forgot to start my timer. We get, sorry?
9-minute video.
9-minute video. So we probably ought to bring it in. This is one that you could deplete a real nice battery and destroy battery pretty easy if you just fly it too much, too hard. And that is probably maybe an 1/8 throttle. I mean, it flies well on lower throttle power. That's not why they made this plane. Okay, we're going to do a left turn. Back behind us, we're going to go towards the sun. I know it's going to be hard to see. It's probably going to be hard for her to track it, but we're going to shoot an approach. If it's a good approach, if it looks good, if we bleed off enough airspeed, we'll land it. If not, we'll do a go around. This does have brakes on the prop, but when you're going fast, you still see that it rotates a little bit. So the prop actually rotated it to the vertical position, so I'm going to do a go around. Like I said, even though it has brakes, the plane goes so fast that it still will rotate the prop when you're coming in. And that's how I can tell when I'm coming in. I don't want to touch down if my prop is still spinning. You can see it kind of whirling. You probably can't see it on camera, but I can see it just fine. I think this is a go. There's full back on the elevator, and it just slides right in. Check it out. I mean, was that cool or what? It's a lot more enjoyable experience when it's in person. I know you probably can't see it very well. Our optics on our camera aren't the best, but just have to take our word for it. There's the brakes on it, so it's got good brakes. My throttle cut's on. I think I forgot to do some rolling, so maybe we'll save that for another video or maybe a short clip, so stay tuned for that. But thanks for watching. There it is. Check it out. Maybe grab you one up. It's really fun. You don't need a runway. The V1200 might be a future video or something, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Take a moment to subscribe. Turn on notifications if you want to see future uploads. We do the short clips daily. And share it with a friend if you think they'd enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you in the next video.